Welcome to another episode of Bare Bones Fishing. On this episode, I am on Lake Erie out of Port Glasgow, Ontario. As you can tell, a little bit of a different episode. I'm going to be doing overdubs in this one. In my haste to get on the water, I forgot my audio recorder. Right now in the video, I'm saying to myself, oh no. So I wanted to post this video regardless because I feel like I got some decent footage. So anyway, on Lake Erie, I'm allowed to use two fishing rods. And so the one that I have set up that is sticking straight out, that's the one that has the planer board on it. And so on that one, I have a 2-ounce inline sinker with a silver Rippling redfin. I'll post some photos of what those look like on the screen. And I've got that set 125 feet back and then 60 feet out on the planer board. The other rod I have has set up with a Dipsy diver. I use the number 3 Dipsy diver. It's a really big one. It can get down up to 100 feet. So in this case, I have that set up with a silver streak spoon. It's called Dr. Death color. I'll post that on the screen. And I have that set down to 40 feet back, which puts me 30 feet down. And so first fish of the day here is going to be coming up shortly. And this was really exciting. So I got it on the planer. You could see it starts to scooch back there. And so this is going to be my first walleye out of Lake Erie for the season. And so as I'm reeling it in, I forgot how much drag there was in the net when you're trolling here. So you can see my net job is really terrible. I mean, just watch this. So it's flipped out. Now the hook is stuck in the mesh. I can't flip it into the net. All right, well, we'll just boat flip it right in there. Looked real good. So anyway, first one of the season. Off it goes. I was just doing some catch and release and scouting on this day. So there I get another bump on the planer board. So I bring this one in. Throughout this day I was trolling anywhere between 2.3 and about 2.8, 2.9 miles an hour. So if you look in the distance, you'll be able to see that the walleye's starting to drag up on the top of the water. And so at this point here, this is where the action got a little frantic for about 5 to 10 minutes here. So I get this one in the boat. Show them off. Whoops. Send them down. So as I'm setting up the planer board again, so I just barely get the planer board in the water. And if you take a look at the Dipsy rod, you'll notice that coming up here, end up with a hit right there. Boom, boom. Starts to go down. So I'm going to check that rod. So I didn't even have the planer board set up yet and getting a hit on the other one. So I put a mark down on my fish finder, and I will show you my trolling patterns in some upcoming videos of how I kind of tackle these areas that I'm fishing in. And so this was the first fish on the Dipsy diver for the season. Net job is a little bit better on this one. Not much, but a little bit better. There we go. And I had a little bit of a better fish here too. So the quality of fish in this area is really, really high. Catch some really nice ones. So just to get some reference here, that was a 22-inch, I believe. And then off it goes. So on this next one here, So this one hit on the Dipsy diver. The Dipsy diver and the spoons really did most of the damage on this day. And so this is another first for the season. This is not a walleye. It is a drum roll, please. Brrr. Sheep's head or freshwater drum. Off it goes, just a little one. And so a few minutes later, get another hit on the Dipsy diver. Like I said, that is what the spoons did most of the damage. Started off with the 2 fish on the planer boards, and then I actually didn't catch anything else on the planer board for the rest of the day. The remainder were on the Dipsy diver and the spoons. So here we catch a pretty nice one. And so what I eventually did, you can see I actually got rid of the planer board and I set up 2 Dipsy divers. And so I got a hit on the on one of the rods there. So yeah, like I said, I went about a couple of hours and didn't get anything on that planer board. Adjusted the depth, adjusted the lure, and I decided, you know what? If the Dipsies and the spoons are what they want, that's what we're going to go with. And so I set up 2 of those rods instead. So this was one of the better fish of the day. If I'm not mistaken, this is the best fish of the day that I had. And so this was actually the biggest fish of the season thus far. Not extremely fat, but very long. So that one measured 25 inches. And so in this case here, what happened was I was actually reeling up to go somewhere else. And as I was getting the rods reeled in, I stopped the boat from trolling, and I had a little dragger walleye on this one here. You can see just a little guy. So I moved a little bit deeper. Typically I start off in about 50 feet of water. In this case here, I drove out to 60 feet and then I started trolling back in because I was running out of time. Wanted to see what I could do in the deeper water. And not much going in the deeper water. Most of the action was between 50 and 52 feet. But anyhow, here's the last walleye of the day. So quick little trip out to Port Glasgow. Great start to the trolling season. And so thank you very much for tuning in. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. It would be greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot, and I will catch you on the next one.